Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Career Mode series. Today we kick off things with a home game against Bournemouth that we'll be simulating, but we do have a few games, one in the Champions League, which will be a very important game, because if you did watch the last episode, or maybe the episode before, we lost our first Champions League game in the group stages. We lost, and we had a terrible episode in the last episode, and we really need to bounce back after those terrible performances. I've been playing FIFA a little bit more, so hopefully I've gotten a bit better, because we do not want to drop any points to Spurs, and we do have a game in the league as well today. So let's simulate this game against Bournemouth. Let's just put out the rest squad. Let's just put out some of the younger players against Bournemouth. Despite them being third, I think this should be an easy win at home. You got Chambers, Davis, Spiragna, Gibbs, Maitland-Niles, Rennie Adelaide, Andrade, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fekir, and Verde. So it is a very weak side compared to our main side, and Bournemouth go up 1-0 due to a penalty. They have Szczesny in between the sticks, which is pretty interesting. Former Arsenal goalkeeper, for those of you who don't know. So this will be very interesting. If you do go on to enjoy today's episode, make sure you smash a like on the video. 150 likes is the target. You guys have been just absolutely blitzing it every single episode. Thank you so much for the support as Bournemouth go up 2-1 and beat us 2-1 at the Emirates. Looks like even simulating, I can't believe we've just lost that game simulating. I know I put out the weaker squad, but we're at home and it's not that much of a weak squad. It is pretty strong still if you're looking at the overalls. Especially compared to Bournemouth, you'd expect us to at least draw that game. I can't believe we've just lost 2-1. Okay, the first game we'll play of today's episode is a Capital One Cup game against Chelsea. It's at home and it's only the Capital One Cup, but Chelsea is a big team and I do want to play them to try and get some confidence back into this team, because a win against Chelsea could really help us. Round 3, I don't know how far into the Capital One Cup that is, but the Capital One Cup usually ends pretty soon in the season. Like, it's not too far in the season. So Gertz is at Chelsea. They have a pretty decent team already, so this will be very interesting. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Let's take a look at the lineup going into this game. It's a London derby. It's not the London derby, but it's a London derby, which you always want to win. Right, that is our lineup for this game. The only major change as far as starting 11 is Ramsey coming in for Miralem Pjanic. But you got Lacazette up front on his own, Rodriguez, Sterling, and Campbell making a front three with Verratti and Ramsey in midfield. You got Gaia, Laporte, Davis, and Bellerin as a back four. Of course, some of their form arrows are down, mainly Davis there, who's very out of form, so hopefully he can get back into form today. We want to play a good defensive game. That's what we were known for last season. We were such a good defensive team, so hopefully we can bring that back to our game and play a good defensive game. Anthony Lopez, been a bit hot and cold since his debut, since he's joined Arsenal, so hopefully he can put in a good performance as well. But without further ado, let's get into this game at the Emirates, hopefully progressing to the next round of the Capital One Cup. It's Arsenal versus Chelsea. Without further ado, let's hopefully beat Chelsea, the mighty Blues. Raheem Sterling now, what's he going to do? He's going to find Jose Gaia. Gaia to Rodriguez. There's a good start here, but the shot from Rodriguez is straight at Asmir Begovic. Pedro with the corner here for Chelsea. Few aerial threats. Lopez is in there. He didn't get it. Get it out, boys. Just clear it. Lopez a bit too short to deal with those corners. Joel to James Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds Lacazette. Lacazette one-on-one with Kurt Zouma. He's going to cut in on his right-hand side. Great work from Lacazette. Take the shot. Lacazette, it's deflected. And I thought maybe that would creep in. Lacazette, his first real attack here. Chelsea bombing men forward. That's a good pass to Kennedy. Is Anthony Lopez going to get there in time? He does, but can he get back in his net? Pedro doesn't make the most of it. Chelsea still with the ball. Pedro smashes it. And Lopez with a good save. Some great goalkeeping there from Anthony Lopez. What's Ramsey going to do? Ramsey's going to lay that one off to Verratti, who's found a ball to Sterling. Raheem Sterling, what a ball that was from, I believe, Marco Verratti. What a ball. Sterling finishes it. And that is the type of attacking football I like to see. Look at this play here. Ramsey lays it off to Verratti. That is a hell of a pass. Straight to Sterling's feet. Takes one touch to set it up. And just hits it, just places it in the right-hand corner. Fantastic play there from Arsenal. Sterling finishes up the play, but a lot of the credit has to go to Verratti's pass. What a pass that was, and what an assist he's just gotten under his belt. 1-0 to Arsenal, and that has lifted the confidence of everybody, I believe. Free kick here for Chelsea. Quadrado to step over it. He's got a few men there. Oh, who's gone for that? What a hit that was. Who just took that shot? Is that Van Ginkel? What a hit. So much venom on it, but it was straight at Anthony Lopez, who just smacks it away. He's going to whip that one in. Ramsey was there. Great work. Lacazette now. He's got a lot of room. He's got Sterling ahead of him. What's Lacazette going to do here? 2v1. Lacazette has Sterling on his way. What's Sterling going to do now? He's going to play the long ball all the way to Joel Campbell. If he has enough pace, he does. You know he does. Zuma's there. He fakes shots, and we can't make the most of it. We had a 2-on-1 situation, and we did not make the most of it. Some tired legs out there. Oh, Sterling just strips it from him, like taking candy from a baby. What is Sterling going to do here? He's going to lay that through, but Kurt Zouma with a great slide tackle. Maybe should have shot himself. There it is, full time, 1-0 here at the Emirates, thanks to a beautiful Raheem Sterling goal, and a great team goal as well, has to be said. Hopefully this will bring some confidence back in the team. Not the best attacking performance by any means, but we did pick up the win, and it's very important, especially going through the simmed and the played results. I think it was 3 losses in a row there. Maybe there was a simmed win in between, but yeah, we needed this win. We really did. For confidence sake, more than anything, we needed this win, and it was Raheem Sterling who stepped up to the situation when he was needed. And we go through in the Capital One Cup game in a very, very tough game. Of course, you take a look at the game where we beat Chelsea 5-0 to now where we can only beat them 1-0. We have fallen quite a ways, so hopefully we can start gelling a bit more and getting used to each other a bit more. So, not the best performance, but a 1-0, I will take it, and we will continue through the next game with a bit of confidence. You might think I'm crazy for simulating this game against Leicester City away, but I am simulating this game because I want to play the Champions League game after this. Especially seeing as we just lost 2-1 to Bournemouth at home. Honestly, a lot of you will be thinking, why the hell are you simulating this? Leicester away, that's not an easy fixture. Even if you're like looking at their team in FIFA terms at the start of FIFA, because remember, this save started when FIFA 16 came out. So Leicester aren't a good team. They don't have good overalls or anything like that. So even though they're not a very good team, Leicester City is still a difficult place to go. And we ended up beating him anyway. James Rodriguez with a 1-0 with a goal. And he brings us the 1-0 win away, which is perfect. That just saves me a lot of time playing this game. Okay, our game in the Champions League is against Basel away. So a trip to Switzerland, which isn't the worst. Switzerland's a very nice place. We have Porto and Sevilla who won their games, and ourselves and Basel who lost their games. So this will be a good opportunity for us to just leave Basel in the dust. And hopefully Porto and Sevilla, one of them loses, so we'll be tied on 3 points. As you can take a look at the news, Lacazette needs to get a goal. He hasn't scored in 8 games, so he really needs to get a goal here to boost his confidence. He just hasn't been getting in the right position, so hopefully he does so today, if he plays, that is. I still have to take a look at the stamina levels, but we're going to go to Switzerland. Let's take a look at who we're going to take with us to the starting 11 to play against Basel. Not an easy team. They have a lot of good talent, a lot of young talent as well, so I'm sure they'll be hungry for this, but I hope we can pull out our win, a first win of the Champions League as Arsenal manager, not just for this season, but as Arsenal manager in general. So without further ado, let's take a look at the lineup, the team that's going to take on FC Basel. Right, there's the starting lineup. Sterling, Lacazette, and Campbell make a front 3 with Rodriguez, Verratti, and Pjanic as a midfield 3. Gaia, Laporte, Davis, and Bellerin as a back 4 with Anthony Lopez in between the sticks. I have switched up the formation for this game. 4-3-3 attack seems a bit more fluid. The wingers are a bit more advanced, which I like. And it just seemed to work a little bit more. This is when we scored our goal. I switched the formation to this 4-3-3 against Chelsea from the 4-2-3-1. That's when we scored the goal. So I think this works better. Pjanic is in the starting position today ahead of Ramsey. And hopefully this means that we can just go to Basel. And hopefully Porto or Sevilla do their job and beat the other team. Hopefully they don't draw. And we'll be tied on points with one of those teams as well, putting us in a decent position to then take second or even first spot. Even if they draw, that's still a decent result for us, because then we're even closer to the first place. So without further ado, we still have to do our job. We still have to go to Switzerland and pick up 3 points. So without further ado, let's get into this game against Basel. It's not going to be easy, but hopefully we can win, and hopefully Lacazette can score a goal. I think that's the most important thing in this game. Basel with the first attack here. It's a cross. Lopez does well to get out there. Falls to TRayAllDay. To El Nani, who lays it off to Xhaka's brother. Oh my gosh, Basel nearly scored. Lopez with a fantastic double save. Holy shit. How did he make that second save? Anthony Lopez, mate. That is why I signed him to this club. That is what he can do. What a machine. Bjarnason lays it off to Xhaka, not Granit, his brother. What's he gonna do? He turns around. He also wears the number 34, which is interesting. TRayAllDay lays it off to Boetius. Oh my goodness, that was close. Sterling's gonna have to get taken off here due to injury. We'll chuck on GardieFIFA on the left wing. Welbeck's now an 85 rated striker. My goodness, Danny. But yeah, we're gonna have to bring on Nabil on the left wing. As you can see, 15 minutes in, Raheem getting injured. I don't want this to be a long injury. I love Raheem Sterling, so hopefully he'll be back soon. It's Marco Verratti now, just running the ball forward. What's he gonna do? He's gonna cut back out. He's going to pass that through to Hector Bellerin. What's Bellerin going to do now? On the ball, Bellerin finds Lacazette. Lacazette, he's been quiet, but the fake shot now does his man. He's going to take the shot, and Vaklic is there for the save, but it was a pretty venomous shot from Lacazette. Campbell to Verratti. What's Verratti going to do? He's going to put it on his right. What's he going to do now? Verratti with a bit of room. He's got Fekir just sitting there. What's Nabil going to do? He's going to do the fake shot. He's going to cut it on his right. Great work from Nabil Fekir. A bit of a deflection, but it's in the back of the net. Nabil Fekir straight after half-time. I think Basel outplayed the hell out of us last half. But this half we've started well. Great work from Fekir. Fake shot followed by a little Berber spin. Very cheeky from Fekir. It is deflected, but I think the shot was good anyway. And it's gone in the back of the net. 1-0 to Arsenal. Fully undeserved, I think, so far. They've been all over us. But hopefully this will turn the game around for us. Let's get a 2-goal cushion. My goodness, Fekir. What an impact he has when he comes off the bench. Bellerin finds Joel. What's Joel going to do? Joel's going to play the ball to Alexandre Lacazette. A great ball from Campbell. Lacazette, one-on-one. He's not missing that. Oh, what a finish from Lacazette. 2-0. Finally gets his goal after 8 games without one. What a finish from him. And Joel Campbell does well to pick him out. Great pass. Outside the foot pass. Lacazette gets past a few men. Outside the foot shot. And it's 2-0 to Arsenal. We've got the cushion. And Basel, despite playing so well, have just been done by 2 counter-attacks, really, and we've just gotten 2 goals. Fantastic work. Lacazette gets a goal, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully he can continue now and score more goals. That's his first Champions League goal for Arsenal. Great work. 2-0. There it is, full time. Lacazette ends the game with the ball at his feet after a beautiful goal to put us up 2-0. A perfect win. Our perfect first win as Arsenal manager in the Champions League. And it's good to have that win under our belt and 3 points under our belt in the Champions League. And hopefully we can kick on now. There's still 4 more games, so we can turn this around. We can still top our group. It's not impossible. But after that shaky start, I was really scared that maybe we wouldn't get through to the knockout stages. But surely we will now. Basel put up a hell of a fight. Honestly, they played so well, especially in the first half. Their pressure and their intensity was so high, and they were just taking shots. Some of their shots were fizzing just past the bar. Honestly, they were playing so well in the first half. I thought we were going to get absolutely romped, but the second half started off fantastically. Fekir got a goal, and we kicked on from there. As you can see, 6 shots around target for Basel with 56% possession, so they really did play better than us. Those 3 shots off target, I'm assuming, were their long shots. And honestly, they played a very good game. So I'm not looking forward to the return fixture. But it's good that we got 3 points. If we can get the 3 points against a tough team like Basel, hopefully we can get the points in our next games as well. But great work. 3 points on the board in the Champions League, and we can kick on from here. Right, Raheem Sterling is injured for 4 weeks with a sprained ankle, which is unfortunate. But Fekir is going to slot into that left wing position. And as you can see, he's really good in that wing position. Obviously, he's a natural striker, but he still can play the wings, and he did really well in the last game. So I'm looking forward to actually using him on the left wing as a starting player while Raheem Sterling gets back to full fitness. So unfortunate news, but it's not the end of the world. We have a lot of depth in a lot of positions. And that's it. That ends today's episode, guys. We sit in 2nd position in the Premier League behind Manchester City, despite losing a game to Bournemouth when simulating. Spurs dropped off massively. I don't think they picked up a point in this entire episode, because when we started, I'm quite sure they were on 13 points and we were on 12, and we got 1 win, so we're on 15 now, and they're still on 13. They must have lost 2 games. Unfortunate for them, very fortunate for us, and Manchester City are now at the top of the league. Bournemouth hanging in there, man. They're 3rd. They're doing pretty good. They've only conceded 5 goals, so they're tied for the best defensive record in the league. And that's what our Champions League group looks like. Porto and Sevilla ended up drawing, and that means we're now 1 point away from the top spot, which is very good. Actually, I prefer them drawing rather than one of them winning. Now we can hopefully take first spot in the next round. Who do you think is going to progress through our group, guys? Do you think it'll be Porto, Sevilla, Arsenal, and Basel? Out of those 4 teams, which 2 do you think will progress? I think Basel has a really, really bad chance now, being 4 points away from top, and Porto and Sevilla, both very good teams. There's no, guarantee that we're going to make it through, so it could be Porto and Sevilla themselves. Who do you think is going to make it through the group stages in our group, Group H? But that's it for today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash a like on the video. Like I said at the start of the video, 150 likes would be absolutely fantastic. You guys have just been doing it episode in, episode out with ease. So hopefully you can do it in today's episode as well. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you had a good day, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.